Whirling Dervishes, a dance of spirit and tradition. There are few cultural experiences in Turkey as moving, mysterious, and unforgettable as watching the Whirling Dervishes. Known as the Sema ceremony, this ritual is more than a performance. It is a spiritual journey, a living expression of devotion that has enchanted audiences for centuries. To witness the dervishes whirl, arms outstretched, robes swirling in soft circles, is to glimpse a tradition that bridges the earthly and the divine. The story of the Whirling Dervishes begins with the Mevlevi order, founded by the followers of the great 13th century Persian poet and Sufi mystic, Rumi in Konya. For Rumi, music, poetry, and dance were ways to connect with the divine, and the Sema ritual grew from his teachings. The whirling itself symbolizes the dervishes' spiritual ascent. By spinning in endless circles, they seek to transcend the self and draw closer to God. Every movement, from the positioning of their hands to the rhythm of their steps, holds profound meaning. The right hand opens upward, receiving from the heavens, while the left hand turns downward, offering blessings to the earth. To sit in the dim glow of a hall or historic setting and watch the whirling dervishes is to enter a space where time seems to pause. The ceremony begins with hauntingly beautiful music. The ney, a reed flute, sets the tone with a melody that feels both mournful and divine. Drums and chanting follow, guiding the ritual. Then, one by one, the dervishes begin to whirl. Clad in tall felt hats and wide white skirts, they spin with extraordinary grace. Their robes rise and fall like waves, their movements fluid and hypnotic. Though the motion is constant, there is a serenity in their faces, a calmness that suggests they are no longer anchored in the physical world, but carried upward into a higher state of being. As a traveler, you may find yourself equally mesmerized. The repetition of the spinning, the rhythm of the music, and the solemnity of the ritual create an atmosphere that feels sacred, even for those who come without religious ties. The most authentic place to experience the Whirling Dervishes is Konya, home of Rumi's tomb and the spiritual heart of the Mevlevi order. Every December, Konya hosts the Mevlana festival, drawing pilgrims and visitors alike for performances that honor Rumi's legacy. However, you don't need to travel all the way to Konya to witness the ritual. In Istanbul, the Galata Mevlevi House Museum regularly hosts Sema ceremonies, as do cultural centers in tourist-friendly cities like Cappadocia and Bursa. While some performances are designed more for visitors, the beauty of the ritual still shines through, offering a glimpse into Turkey's spiritual heritage. It is important to remember that the Sema is not entertainment in the traditional sense. For the dervishes, it is an act of worship, a way of drawing closer to the divine through body and spirit. As a guest, experiencing the ritual with quiet respect allows you to connect more deeply with its meaning. Many travelers leave with a sense of peace, touched by the balance of movement and stillness, devotion and art. The Whirling Dervishes remind us that spirituality can take many forms, and that sometimes transcendence is found not in silence, but in rhythm and dance. Watching the Whirling Dervishes in Turkey is a travel experience unlike any other. It's not just about witnessing a dance. It's about being invited into a centuries-old tradition that continues to inspire awe and reflection. Whether in Konya during the Mevlana festival or in a quiet hall in Istanbul, the memory of the dervishes, robes swirling, music echoing, and spirits rising, will stay with you long after your journey ends. In a world that moves too quickly, the Whirling Dervishes offer a reminder to pause, to reflect, and perhaps to whirl a little closer to the divine.